tangibles. I want everybody with a smartphone that when you tell the world about this event, Fort Worth, not only hashtag Bernie 2020, but hashtag tangible. Every single speaker who has spoken before us this afternoon had a stream that was common, and that is Senator Bernie Sanders is consistent. And that consistency means something. You know, people want to strip him of his history. And I don't know in what world. And I'm going to say this, Fort Worth, because this happened in Houston, and I want people to hear me clearly. I don't know in what world, when you start to tell people about your lived experience, and all of us have lived experiences, all of us have a story to tell, but in what world, when you sitting on a stage telling folks about your history, and you mention the fact that you were on the march on Washington with Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Fort Worth, in what world do people boo that? That happened to Senator Sanders yesterday, and I'm calling it out. In what world? MSNBC. You don't boo folks for that. And I don't care if it was somebody who I didn't care about their policies. If they stood up with the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and other heroes and sheroes, we need to shout that out. That's it. Hashtag tangible. And you know what, Fort Worth? It's not even only that. Senator Bernie Sanders, when he was in Congress, and Congresswoman Maxine Waters was leading the charge against redlining and loan discrimination, Senator Sanders was right there by her side, voting every step of the way to stand up for people who have been exploited by a system that is rigged. Hashtag tangible. This man has been on picket lines, not just in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s, but he has been on the picket line with Verizon workers, picket line with Marriott workers. Hashtag tangible. And when he stands up and he talks about a $15 an hour minimum wage, even though he didn't win the Democratic primary, he didn't stop working for what is just, for what is right, and for what is good. Hashtag tangible. So I dare anybody, and I'll put our senator up head to head with anybody. He is the most consistent champion, standing up for the everyday people of this country, whether we knew it or not. Hashtag tangible. Represent the mosaic of humanity. And it is sad, and dare I say sad as hell. I'm going to keep it PG because I want to say something else. Sad as a mofo. Woo! That people would try to divide us. Don't think that the senator doesn't understand, and he talks about all the time the disparities within the disparities. That he understands that there are working class whites in this country who suffer. He understands that there are working class blacks and Latinos and Asian and Native American, and we suffer in this country. He gets it. Hashtag tangibles. His history does matter. And to my millennial sisters and brothers, when he was around your age at the University of Chicago, he stood up against housing discrimination in Chicago. And he was chained to a black woman doing it. Hashtag tangible. Oh no, a sister feeling some kind of way today. Yes. Woo. Because we must never let anybody. That's right. Try to take away somebody's record just because they don't agree with his policies and just because they might not want to see him become President of the United States of America, but millions of people do. Hashtag tangible. Hashtag tangible. I double dare somebody. His father was an immigrant from Poland. And Fort Worth, I want you to feel this thing. I need you to wrap your mind around this. His father, at the age of 17 years old, trying to make it to this country to escape the Holocaust. Hashtag tangibles. Has a lived experience. So when our immigrant sisters and brothers from all walks of life try to get to this country and do the right thing and go through the right vehicles to have a better life, Senator Sanders understands from lived experience. Yes. Hashtag tangible. Oh no, a sister feeling some kind of way today. And I just gotta put this out here, that you need to ignore the headlines that are trying to steal, to kill, and to destroy. And I mean that. This system understands that when Senator Bernie Sanders becomes the next president of the United States of America, he won't sell you out. Yeah. That you are his only special interest. You and you and you and you. Oh no. My sister feeling some kind of way today. Because right is right and wrong is wrong. That's right. So I'm going to tell you this. My grandmother used to say that you can, well, my grandmother used to say a lot of stuff, but my grandmother used to say that you can show folks better than you can tell them. And Fort Worth, we need you to show folks through your works and through your deeds that you are standing with, in the words of Dr. Cornel West, a long-distance runner for justice. Hashtag tangible. Senator Sanders was a first-generation college graduate. Some of you here this afternoon can relate to that. He and his brother and his family lived in rent-controlled housing in Brooklyn, New York. So as he fights for housing that is affordable for the working poor and the barely middle class, hashtag tangible, he did it. He gets it. So these policies, Fort Worth, are in his soul. I like to say that Senator Bernie Sanders has heart-soul agreement, and we can't say that about everybody. But this is what we're going to do. We're going to show folks better than we can tell them. Now on Saturday, we have hundreds of thousands. We have 1 million folks across this country, all around the world, dare I say, who are signed up to help Senator Sanders become the next president of the United States of America. We have house parties on Saturday. And sisters and brothers, I need you to do this, because see, we got to put some sweat equity behind this thing. Yep. If you have not signed up for one of those house parties, I need you to do that. Host a house party. Bring your friends, bring your family members, bring a frenemy or two, but bring some folks with you. Because we are going to win this thing. Yes, by the weight and the might of the people, not me, us. Yeah. We're going to do this. Yeah. So let the record reflect that we got all the tangibles that we need in terms of somebody that is not going to kowtow to a system that is designed to keep working class and barely middle class people from all walks of life down. Senator Sanders is not going to kowtow to a system that allows CEOs of companies to make multi-millions of dollars and then hesitate to pay their people a living wage. He's not going to relent. We got the tangible. So for folks who are looking for a presidential candidate, there is only one, and his name is Bernard Sanders. In my clothes. They didn't give a sister a cordless mic today. I'm stuck. But Fort Worth, I just want to thank you. Can I just say thank you, Fort Worth? I want to thank you for understanding the moment that we're in. This is a moment of transcendence. And the change that we are seeking, the change that Senator Sanders believes in and that he has been fighting for all of his life, starting at a very young age to this moment, is not going to happen because the system says, oh, by the way, we've been doing the wrong thing. We've been exploiting working class people. No, it's going to happen because we're going to rise up. Senator can't do it alone. So we need you. I'm bringing two champions with me as I close this thing out. One is Congresswoman Barbara Jordan. And she said these words: what the people want is simple, very simple. They want an America as good as its promise. Yes. It is not too much to ask for clean water, clean food, clean air. It's not too much to ask that we have a social contract one to another, and that social contract is about ensuring that we all have health care, not access to it, but that we have health care in this country. It's not too much to ask to say that women deserve their whole damn dollar. Ladies, say whole damn dollar. It's not too much to ask to ratify the ERA. Ladies, say ERA. ERA. It's not too much to ask that we have a college and higher education system, whether it's on the trade side or the college side, that does not put people in hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of debt. Hashtag tangibles.